Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our day two of the webinar for SBL March 2025 attempt. This is Hasan Dossani. So, yesterday we had our day number one of the webinar, and yesterday we covered a lot of important things, right? So, we talked about all the formats, we spoke about all the five professional skills and details. And last, but the most important, we discussed the exam techniques like time management and how to link, how to draft, number of points, handling bouncer questions. So, yesterday was all about building your base. So, we covered one, two, three, and four yesterday. Today we will cover the rest of the items, which includes a discussion with SBL high scorer for December 2024 attempt. Sorry for the typo mistake here. December 2024 attempt. Shalini. She scored 90 marks. And then I will cover the technical articles after that. We will draft one question so that you get an idea of how to link, how to draft. Then in the end, I will share the list of important topics and the study plan for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Right. How can you ask question? So the only way you can ask question is that you write your question in the chat box. And after every few slides, I will take a pause and take your questions. But please bear in mind that your question should relate to the slide or the topic under discussion. Any open-ended questions I will take towards the end of the session, right? So that's a quick introduction of myself. But what is more important is my WhatsApp number. So those of you who don't have my WhatsApp number, please take a screenshot so that you can reach out to me if you have any questions. So let's start with today's agenda. So I think Shalini is there with us right now.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Shalini? Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you?
All good. Good to see you, Shalini, and a big congratulations on scoring 90 marks in December 2024 attempt. That is an unbelievable achievement looking at your size.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Credit goes to all the guidance I've received here, I would say. I Nothing can substitute that.
Right. It's also your hard work. So just to guys, just to give you a little bit of background that Shalini uh, appeared in September for the first time in SBL and she scored 39 marks. In September, she was actually giving two papers and she was self-study on SBL using various online resources which were available and she scored 39. And then in December, she got enrolled with me in my reset batch for December, which was like 6 weeks before the exam she enrolled. And she scored 90 marks. Probably it might be the highest in India, Shalini.
Sir, actually, I couldn't get any notification on that because of my second attempt.
True, true. But probably most likely it may be the highest in India. All right. So, Shalini, first of all, thank you very much for taking out the time. And are you a working professional or a full-time student?
Sir, I'm a full-time student, actually. I was, rather.
Okay.
Luckily, I
All right.
finished
So
on that.
at that time, you had no idea about what a business is and how a corporate company works and nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely not.
Okay. So which means that even if you don't have any working experience, you can still score 90 in SBL, right?
Of course, with the right
Okay,
guidance, yes.
that's encouraging. So I want to understand your preparation strategy, especially in the last 4 weeks, like maybe in the month of November. What was your strategy? Were you focusing on the theoretical side or were you focusing more on the drafting and practice side?
Yes, sir. No, I did not do theory at all in November. Theory was done whatever time I had in the past in October. In November, I only focused on drafting answers, following the lectures, and mocks. And solving mocks again. Like whatever is solved in class, do it again, practice it again, and get it done.
And that's interesting. So you are saying that whatever questions we had past papers we have solved in the class, you did it again in your own time under time conditions.
Yes, sir. Yes. Very, very
Wow.
crucial. Timed conditions.
So you did it again. So you actually did some of the question two times, once in the live class and
Right.
then again in your own time.
Yes, sir. Because
And
yes.
did it help you like doing it twice in your own time? How did it help you?
Yes, sir. Because in class, we do draft answers and then we get help from you as well. So, like, okay, then we understand the gaps and then we fill in the gaps while we do it ourselves. So, at that time, there's no help. There's just time, and you have to like understand whatever you've learned in class and apply it, which is important.
And then later on, when you did it on your own, it gave you more
Con
confidence, more practice, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So, guys, those of you who are already enrolled with me, if you look at the timetable of the live classes starting from 4th of Feb, so there is a 2 day class and then 1 day gap, and then again a 2 day class and 1 day gap. So that gap is actually rest for me, but that gap will give you time to do that question again on your own so that you can strengthen your concepts and your speed and your confidence. And I think this is exactly what Shalini did.
Yes, sir. That is
Right.
true.
So you did you use books and revision kits or study hub?
No, sir. No books. At that time, at least, if I had to refer only like some parts or something, I would go to your notes, or that is it. No reading, no memorizing at that time.
No
Uh,
book, no revision kit, no study hub, because this
no, sir.
is very surprising for a lot of students because they don't seem to believe me when I say don't use any books. Because unfortunately, all the other subjects they require you to
Yes,
go through the books, the kits, the hub. But just SBL is very unique. So you are confirming and you scored 90 that no, you did not use any books, any
no,
kit, any study hub, any extra material.
no, sir. Only ACCA
So
practice platform. That's it.
that's it. So you just use the CB platform, which means that you just focused on the past papers and
Right.
you used my video notes, videos and notes for
Yes,
your theoretical concepts. That
yes, sir.
was more than enough.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
And did you focus a lot on models and all those complicated stuff?
No, sir. Actually, not. Not even in the exam. I did not use any models while writing also. It
So
is not
again, this is
required.
very strange because a lot of students are under the concept that if you don't use models, you will not score good marks. And you just mentioned that you did not use any particular model and yet you scored 90, right? So you're
Yes,
kind
sir.
of saying all the opposite things.
Oh, actually, yes, because we're told in class, and it is a little unbelievable in class because how can it be possible? But then when you're actually practicing, you realize that not all questions need the model. Model is just a guide. After all, the
Correct.
answers have to be very scenario based.
So let's just to summarize, during your preparation stage of last 4 weeks, you actually focused a lot on drafting and practice and mocks. You did case study twice, once with me in the class, and then again you did it under your own time conditions.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
And now let's move towards your exam day.
Hmm.
So were you nervous before the exam? Were you stressed out or were you just confident?
I was nervous only because it was again my second attempt, but I was not rummaging through notes on that day. I'm not going to look at anything. Yes, I looked at the pre-scene guide that we got from the classes. That's it. Just went to the exam hall and with a clear mind. That is all I have to tell to the students as well. Be calm.
Did you feel like a CFO or you thought like a CFO or a business leader?
Uh, yes, sir. Yes, obviously. When before you go into the exam hall, you have to think to assume that role and act accordingly. Yes.
Right. So were you able to complete the paper in 3 hours and 15 minutes?
Yes,
So how
I would say all of the students that if you do all the mocks that are done in class at least twice, and if you have time to do any more mocks, please do that. That will be enough for you to give confidence to complete the paper on the exam day.
right. So how did you manage your time? Like, did you overrun time on any particular question and you had to leave it and move on, or your speed was good from the start?
No, sir. Actually, time allotted. If the time is up, then I move on. I did do
Oh,
that.
can you repeat that? Because yesterday a lot of students were saying that it is easier said than done.
Yes. Do that when you are doing practice at home because that gives you the confidence that you can still come back. At home, when I used to practice, if my time is up, I would move to the next question, and then maybe I have time in the end, and I come back and I solve it. So that helps you to not do it to do it again in the exam conditions as well. I did that in the first
So
question.
can you remind all the audience how much you scored with this strategy?
90. With respect.
Good. Right. All right. So you were able to manage the time, and whenever the allowed time was up, you moved on, and in the end, you had few minutes spare, and you
Yes.
came back and you added couple of points here and there.
Right, sir. 10
All right.
minutes
Now
at
tell
least,
me
10,
about
10,
your drafting style. Like what kind of drafting were you doing? Were you writing lengthy, elaborative points, or was it to the point?
Um, it was not lengthy at all, but not so short. It was somewhere like we did in the class, like a three-liner small paragraph per point. So every
Right.
point would be that long. That's it. But points, rather than the size, you have to remember that you have to use a punchline, then you have to explain it based on the scenario. This strategy will make it short, not too long, but not too short as well. So it has to be, instead of looking at the length, we have to remember the technique.
Technique is important. So did you use the punchlines or the statement of fact to start your answer picked up from the exhibits?
Most of the times, yes. In fact, all the times, I think. That is the best way to give you a little bit of direction while writing answers.
Correct. Okay. All right. And was there any bouncer question in your attempt? Something
Uh,
on which there was no exhibit or very limited information, or the topic was very unexpected or weird?
hmm, uh, there was one, I think, which many people in the exam hall discussed. That was some question on intrapreneurship. Um, that was a bit of a bouncer, I would say, because it was in the exhibit, there was very little information. Um,
How did you handle the bouncer question?
uh, Luckily, I had revised that from the video lecture, very luckily for me. But I would suggest if there is a very tricky question in your exam setting, approach that in the end because instead of wasting a lot of time and energy, you should finish the ones that you know the best first.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So let me go through the chat box to see if some students wants to ask you. So there are lots of congratulation messages.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
Usama is asking, what was your study plan for the last 3 days? like the weekend before the exam.
Right. I'm huh. Okay, so there was one I went through the pre-scene documents, the one that was given for the paid classes. That
Pre-scene
was very
summary, which I shared with the class, the pre-scene discussion.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that is what
Okay.
I went through, and I always write. I had a notebook where I had written a few topics that were tricky for me. So things like big data and cryptocurrency, stuff like that. I had written down so that I approach that in the end. So only a few topics of theory that were very tricky for me that I went through. Um, I think yeah, that's it. No technical articles. Actually, I did not do any technical articles.
Yeah, there was no technical articles published for December, so we were lucky. So, did you attend the last day grand revision of all the past papers which we did on
Yes, sir, I
Saturday?
attended it. Yes, sir, I attended that.
All right. Okay, great. So, someone, Sumaya is asking how many past papers you have actually solved in the last
Um,
1 month before the exam?
I think 8 to 10,
Approximately seven to eight,
yeah, maybe, or 8 to 9, I think. Uh,
8 to 9
yeah,
past papers you have
at
solved,
least.
and at least half of them were under time conditions, right? 4 to 5 were under time conditions.
Sir, the ones done in class, all of them were in under
Oh,
time
so we
conditions.
did like 7 or 8 in the
Yes,
class.
yes. I did all of that under time conditions. Apart from that, there were a few past papers, very old past papers, which I just did it for practice because I was thinking I had time, so I thought because I'm a full-time student. Um, So I those were not timed, but everything done in class was timed. It's just
How many papers you gave in December?
only yes, that was my last paper.
Uh, only as it was your last paper. You qualified now. Oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
didn't knew that. Double
Yes,
congratulations.
thank you, sir.
And but in September you gave two and you were not able to clear SBL.
Right.
But were you able to clear the other one?
SBR, yes.
So, guys, this is also something very interesting. I always recommend students that SBL should be given as a standalone paper because I've seen 90% of the students when they give two paper, SBL plus any other paper, SBL tends to get stuck. So probably this also happened with Shalini that in September she gave two paper, SBR was cleared, but SBL got stuck. And then when she gave SBL as a standalone, she scored great marks. And this is maybe because the technique of SBL is so different that when you give two papers together, it might conflict. The techniques might subconsciously overlap and SBL gets affected. Right? So this message is for those students who are planning to give two papers in March. Be very careful, be very conscious of this fact that you should not mix the the techniques. All right. Is there any more questions? Simi has asked a very interesting question. Can I ask how much of the pre-scene material you used in your answer? So, how much you used your exhibits and how much did you use pre-scene? Was pre-scene a lot or limited?
Pre-scene, not so much. You have to use the exhibits very extensively. That is what you fetch marks for as well. So that is exactly why pre-scene is given for you to understand the industry uh, and to get an overview of the situation of the company and all of that, which you get when you do the pre-scene analysis in class. Apart from that, answers should be majorly based on exhibits, like Sir always suggests, and I think
Right.
that's what
So
it is.
yesterday I suggested that 80 to 90% of your answers should be from the exhibits.
Right.
And wherever there is any missing gap, then you can use the pre-scene like 10% of your answer.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now someone is asking how much theory is important.
Uh, Theory, I would say do not focus a lot on theory now. Focus on writing answers. You will get an idea of what parts you are not very strong at while attempting too many mocks. You will understand, oh, this I don't. I don't remember very well or I don't know that much. Just visit those topics, and if you have some tricky topics in your mind, just note it down and revisit those. But do not start to study everything from the beginning now. Not now.
Good plan, because students who are joining now, they are now starting to watch the video lectures of the theory. I think that's a wrong approach. It's too late now. They can do the top 25 summarized video and focus more on practice, right?
Yes, sir.
So if they practice, they will
However,
automatically understand the theory.
definitely, and it all depends on the student as well. If you are a full-time student, you have the time to watch the videos and do the mocks, go ahead. But that becomes a little difficult sometimes because you're not able to commit properly.
Right, right. So, Shalini, again, I would like to thank you on my behalf and all the students who are watching. There are like 236 students, and many more will watch on YouTube once the video is uploaded. So, thanks for taking out the time, and more importantly, thanks for sharing your plan, your strategies, your experience, so that these students can also benefit. And I really like your confidence, your way of explaining, even though you're a full-time student, but you have good communication skills, good confidence. And I wish you all the very best in your professional career. And please
Thank you,
stay in
sir.
touch.
It's been a
All
pleasure
right.
to attend this session as well. All the best to all the students, and thank you so much, sir, once again.
You're always welcome. Thank you so much. You can sign out now.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. I hope that this was an interesting, quick discussion, right? With mm, 90 marks. She is a full-time student, no working experience, and she scored 90. I think the secret was that she did all the questions which we did in the live classes. She did those questions again, but under time conditions. That's why she was so confident and she was able to complete the papers, right? So, time based practice, the more drafting you will do, it will boost your confidence and your techniques, right? So, the live classes are starting from 4th Feb. Right. Let me go back to this. All right. So moving on. So I had in the past, I had three students who were global prize winners. Global, right? One was Rahul. He scored 92. One was Shikhai from Malaysia. He scored 92. And Tulsi from Mauritius. He was, I think, second highest in the world, 92. So I've interviewed all of them, and this is the summary. These are the key points which they said that they have done. And Shalini has also exactly mentioned these points, that how she did her preparation, and then the tips during the exam, what she did. So, guys, the more I speak to global prize winners, the strategy, the plan, all of them follow the same plan. So, if you just focus on this, you should be able to pass with flying colors. I will share this handout. I don't want to waste my time discussing this because you already heard Shalini live, but I will share this handout tonight, and you can go through these and you can adopt these things so that you can score really high marks, right? Now let's move on. So if you want to watch the interview of the three global prize winners, it's on my YouTube as well. If you want to hear them like you heard Shalini, so you can also listen to them, and you will find a lot of things which are common between all these high scorers. Now let's move on to today's agenda, which is technical article. So there is one new technical article which was published last month, right? There is only one technical article. All the previous technical articles you don't need to worry about because all those previous articles have already been tested in your exam. So there is not even 1% chance that they will be repeated, right? So normally the trend is whenever there is a new technical article, that topic is tested in the upcoming attempt. So for March, there is one article which was recently published, and it's a very interesting article. Luckily, it is a simple topic, it's a simple article, but really interesting. All right. So, what's the name of this article? It is called Impact of New Technologies on Organizational Culture. And you don't need to read this article, okay? Don't worry about this article. What I have done is I have made a very simple summary. I have gone through the article in detail and I have made a very simple summary for you guys. If you just go through this summary, you are done, right? And I will just explain what this article is about. So, this article looks at how home working using digital technologies impacts organizational culture. So, do you know what is the meaning of home working? It is also called remote working, or it's also called work from home, not freelancing, work from home. Yeah, right. Especially during COVID or post COVID, a lot of employees they were working from home. So they were not coming physically to the office because there was restrictions due to COVID. So every employee were working like it was also the same in my organization that for many months all the employees were working but from home. Now, is it possible to work from home using technology? Absolutely, yes. Due to technology, like laptop, tabs, mobile phones, and there are so many softwares, video calls, Teams, Zoom, that you your geographical location doesn't matter. Wherever you are at your home, in another city, you're always connected with office, you can do your work, right? And what is a hybrid? What is a hybrid arrangement? Hybrid means a mix of both work from home and work from office. So some days you have to go to work, some days you work from home. So mix, right? Mix of both. So you understand the concept of working from home, right? Now, is it good or is it bad? For employees' point of view, for employees' point of view. So what's good from employees' point of view? I think it's got both good and bad, right? Yeah. So what's good about it from employees' point of view? It saves travel time, it saves your travel costs, it gives you more flexibility, it's more comfortable, like you can focus more, less distraction of office and socializing aspect activities. Right, right. Now give me couple of disadvantages of remote working for employees. That there are some bad elements as well. Right, right. Very interesting. So, do you think it can disturb your work-life balance? Because since you are connected all the time from your home, do you think it can disturb your work-life balance? Definitely, yeah. It's difficult to draw a line, draw a balance between work and life because, I'm always connected 24/7. And does it, what about physical interaction with my colleagues, the relationship building, the team bonding? That's not there, right? Because there is limited physical interaction with my teams, with my people. It's all online, chatting, this and that. So the physical bonding, the motivation, the social aspect of your, colleagues and employees, that's not there, right? All right. So the first thing it says is always connected. Do you understand this concept? That when you are working from home using technology, then it's always connected. You are not able to switch off, right? So it says through laptops, employees feel that they are always connected with work 24/7. And that's actually true because I also, some of the time, work from home when I'm traveling. I work from home. So my laptop is always ready. My phone with my emails is always there, right? So you have a tendency to look at your official emails in the toilet, in the night, before sleeping. So you're always connected. So this disturbs their work-life balance, which increases their stress level and deteriorate their health. True, because then I'm always thinking about work, always looking at my emails, responding, replying 24/7. So it kind of adds to my stress. My boss expects me to reply in the night at 9 p.m. You see, so it can in the long run disturb my health. And then they gave a very interesting example. It says in 2017, France introduced a law to restrict office emails during office hours only. So, France, they made a law that companies cannot send or expect any email from an employee outside office hours. You want to send an email to an employee and expect a reply, it should only be during office hours. So after office hours, no email should go to the employee. So that's kind of good. But then, however, research shows that this restriction has hindered employees from achieving their work targets, causing more stress. So when they put a timing on the emails, then it started affecting, it slowed the pace down, and staff are not able to achieve their targets, which is another kind of stress, right? So it's very subjective. There are pros and cons, right? So if you work from home, then there's a stress of this not disconnecting. If you put some restriction, then there is a stress of not meeting targets. Yeah, so there is no punchline here because this culture, there is no right or wrong. They are showing us, this article is showing us all the pros and cons and how it affects the culture, right? So always connected means you understand this concept now that the employees are always connected, which disturbs their work-life balance and may deteriorate their health. Clear? That's the punchline. Clear? Always connected. The second thing which the article talked about is monitoring of these employees. So supposing all the employees are working from home, right? Supposing all the employees are remote working from home. Do you think the employer should monitor them whether they are really working or they are playing PUBG? What do you think? It's fair, right? that if I am an employee, I have to work from 8 to 5, then I should work 8 to 5, right? Because when you are at home, you might lie down a bit, you might play some online games, you might play with your pet or your kid, right? If nobody is monitoring, you might just bullshit around. Netflix and work, yeah, true. So I think monitoring should be there to ensure discipline and productivity. Do you agree? But then there is a flip side as well. But there is a flip side as well, right? That how much monitoring? That is also a gray area, right? Employees might feel that they are being monitored all the time. It is affecting their privacy, their work-life balance. It might demotivate them. So again, monitoring should be there, but the question is how much monitoring is ethical? There should be a line, right? There should be a balance between good monitoring and excessive monitoring. Right. It says organization needs to balance level of monitoring versus employee privacy and legal rights, and should be transparent with employees and clearly communicate why and how monitoring tools are used. Right? So, do you understand this important paragraph? That there needs to be a balance between how much monitoring versus employee privacy and their respect. And whatever monitoring is done, it should be informed that this is how we will monitor you, all those things. So, it has to be mutually agreed, right? Now, I found this example very interesting. Amazon was fined 32 million euros by French regulators for what they consider to be an excessive system of monitoring employee activity. So, again, in France, the regulators felt that Amazon was doing very micro monitoring, excessive monitoring, invading the privacy of the employees. They felt it was unethical, illegal. So they fined Amazon 32 million euros for excessive monitoring. So I think monitoring should be there, but it should be in a very balanced manner, which is kind of subjective. So this affects the organizational culture and motivation of the employees, right? So do you understand the monitoring aspects? What's the advantage of monitoring? What's the disadvantage of monitoring? How it affects the culture and motivation of employees? Good, easy, right? The last thing is lack of face-to-face communication. So when employees are working from home, it has led to a decrease in physical interaction with fellow employees and teams, right? And employees are unable to create personal connections with colleagues, which means it is harder for teams to build trust, motivation. They can develop feelings of isolation. Can you understand what this is? It's true that when you are always working from home, there is a lack of personal connection. Might feel isolated. It might affect the team motivation because everybody is all, right. So to prevent this, organization can emphasize video meetings instead of non-camera meetings. So right, there is no physical interaction, but if you're working from home, then at least whatever meetings I do, Should be a video thing so that at least I can put a face to it. I know whom am I talking to. I know that person knows me, but through video. So even in my company, all meetings in my company as well, all online meetings, it is mandatory to be video meetings, right? Because even though we are not physically there, but we can see each other, so it gives like a team feel, right? Understood lack of face-to-face communication and the disadvantages and how it can be resolved. Even if you do hybrid, like 3 days work from home, 2 days you have to go to office, that can also kind of solve this problem, right? Hybrid is a good strategy, definitely. So during pandemic, it was mandatory to work from home, but 1 day a week we have to go there. All right. So what's the summary of this article? There are undoubtedly many benefits for organizations that embrace technologies, but to mitigate the negative impact on culture, organizations should establish clear boundaries to ensure work-life balance, promote transparency, foster human connections, and emphasize employee health and well being. I think that's a very good summary. That definitely there are advantages of home working or remote working, but then to, to preserve the culture, organizations should have clear monitoring criteria, work-life balance, interaction, and take care of employees' stress levels and well-being. So this article is all about work from home, or the technical word is remote working, and how it affects the organizational culture, the motivation, the staff interaction. As I said in the start, I really liked this article. Very different from the previous articles. This is very common sense, something very reality based, practical, you know. So, do you understand this article? And it's touchy as well. Yes, as I. And it's easy, it's non technical, it's common sense, the pros and cons of work from home and how it affects the culture. Good. So, what kind of question can we expect in your exam on this topic? Because this might be tested. So, I think it can be a straightforward thing. The culture topic might be tested, right? So, the topic of culture might be tested. So, it's important that you revise culture through the top 25 power structure, organizational structure. And within the topic of culture, specifically, the scenario might say that the company is thinking of remote working, or it is so what can be the challenges of remote working and how they can be managed. So I don't think it will be a difficult or a complicated question, right? Rusdan, what's wrong with you? Why are you pasting? So I just explained the entire thing, that if people are working from home, it might affect the organizational culture because there is no bonding, there is no interaction, there is no motivation, there is no team feeling. People might feel that their privacy is being invaded, it might demotivate. All this is the effect on the organization's performance, right? All right. Any question, guys, on the technical article? Just one technical article, that's it. And luckily, it is not difficult, and I'm expecting something in the exam on culture and remote working. So, no need for you to read the previous technical articles, they are history, and no need for you to read this technical article. This summary should be more than enough. Saad, I just said on that. Yes, Ruben, absolutely. All right, let's move on. Now, let's do some drafting. So, yesterday I taught you all the techniques of how to read, how to link, how to draft, how to format. Would you like to do one question practice now so that you get an idea of how we draft things in SBL? So my paid students already know this, right? So this will just be an additional practice for them. But for self-study students, you must learn from this. So the question which I have, the topic which I have selected is customer segmentation analysis. Okay. And the paper which I've selected is September December 2021 called Optima. And we will be doing question number 1A. So please open up your CBE platform, September December 2021 paper. You have 30 seconds. Ready, guys? September December 2021. Please open up the CBE platform. We will solve directly on the platform. Yes, Ruben, absolutely yes. Okay, 30 more seconds. Please open up your CBE platform and open up September, December 2021. All right. So open up task number 1. We are doing 1A, right? So let's read the requirement. As a result of several challenges affecting the fitness and leisure industry in Sealand, Optima's board is about to meet to discuss how it should strengthen and protect its position in the market. The finance director has asked you to assist him in preparing for these discussions. All right, a simple background. Prepare briefing notes. The format required is briefing notes for the finance director, which A1 assess the value to Optima of undertaking customer segmentation analysis and advise on the most appropriate ways Optima could segment its customers. 12 marks. Demonstrate commercial acumen in showing awareness of the usefulness of customer segmentation analysis. 3 marks. Right. So the format required briefing notes for finance director, and it says assess the value to Optima of undertaking customer segmentation analysis. So my first question, what is the meaning of assess the value to Optima means what? Absolutely. The benefits, the advantages. Oh, who's this? No, 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 no. Somebody said pros and cons. I don't know who said pros and cons. No cons. Only pros. The value means the benefit, the advantage. Advantage of what? Undertaking customer segmentation. So if Optima undertakes customer segmentation analysis, what will be the benefits to Optima? Is the requirement clear? I think it's straightforward. What is the benefit of customer segmentation analysis? And then it says advise on the most appropriate ways that Optima could segment its customers. So how we can Optima can segment its customers, we have to give advice few options. What is the total marks for this requirement? Total marks 15. How many points or paragraph required? 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So 7 to 8 points or paragraphs. How do we split between 1 and 2? 50-50? It depends, right? So it depends. Belbji. So how many advantages? So it doesn't have to be 50-50. It depends on the availability of information, but in total, 7 to 8 points. In total, 7 to 8 points. The split 50-50 is not mandatory. All right. And we have to demonstrate commercial acumen. So anything extra needs to be done? Not really. Remember yesterday, nothing extra needs to be done. As long as you explain the advantages of customer segmentation, it's done. This is commercial acumen. Yeah, exactly. You already score, you will pass this because customer segmentation is a marketing thing, right? So if you tell the advantages, by default, it's commercial acumen. All right. So we know that we need to give 7 to 8 points. So let's make, so now we know the requirement. Please open this overview. Let's quickly take a look at what this company does. What is our role? Right. So Optima is a listed company which owns and operates high quality fitness and leisure clubs. We are a fitness organization. It clubs are located in the country of Sealand, a country which has a population of 20 million people. Okay. Established 20 years ago. Okay. It currently has 55 fitness gyms throughout Sealand, 230,000 members or clients. Wow. All clubs run a range of exercise classes, swimming lessons, and tennis coaching. So that's the background. You understand the background that Optima is a fitness provider. It's a listed company. We have 55 gyms across the company, 230,000 members. We offer fitness, exercise, swimming, tennis. Any questions up till now? Understand the background? All right. Then I want to read this paragraph. Optima has a basic website which it uses to present information about the business and where members can register and make inquiries. So they have just a simple website where it's an informative website and members can register and make inquiries. Okay, it's a standard website. Optima currently has limited social media presence. Instead, it relies on word of mouth, TV, radio, and poster advertisements. Wow, that's crazy, outdated, huh? So regarding the marketing, we have limited social media. So we are not doing e-marketing. We are doing conventional or physical marketing like TV, radio, poster, word of mouth. Is that good or bad? That's bad, right? That's old fashioned, right? Okay. You are a senior corporate business analyst working for Optima. So this is our role. We are senior corporate business analyst reporting directly to the finance director. So are we internal or are we external? Internal. So our drafting tone will be more of an internal person, right? Us, we, ours. And the date is September 20X1. Right. So you know the background, what we are, what we do, how is our marketing, our role, our date. Let's make the format, the template. Briefing note to, from, subject, date, introduction, best regards, role. This is the format I taught you yesterday, right? To, from, subject, date, introduction, best regards, and the closure. So to finance director, from senior corporate business analyst, subject customer segmentation analysis, date September 20X1. Is that okay? Any questions so far? In the subject, I just mentioned the topic. The topic is customer segmentation, right? Now, introduction. This briefing note, and then I will copy from the requirement. I just copy the requirement and I paste it here. I will just assess the value to Optima. I'm just editing it a little bit and remove this advice on the most, that's it. Done. So introduction is basically you just copy paste the requirement and that's about it. Done. Now the main our heading value to Optima, appropriate ways. So my first heading would be value to Optima and the second heading will be and then I will copy this role and I will put my name here. All right, my template is ready. On the top, it says briefing note. Is it briefing note? Yes. To finance director from Senior Corporate Business Analyst, subject customer segmentation. Date is September X1. Introduction, I copy pasted from the requirement. Then I gave two broad headings because there are two parts, right? One and two. So one is value to Optima and part two is ways to segment customers and then the closure. Right. Any questions on the format? This has to be done very, very quickly, right? Any questions on the format? No? All right. Now we can read. So, do you know what is customer segmentation analysis? Do you know what is the meaning of customer segmentation analysis? So, your theoretical side needs to be up to date, right? What is customer segmentation analysis? What is the advantages of customer segmentation analysis? This is the theoretical knowledge. It's all there in top 25 and our discussion classes when we go on. So, okay, no worries. I will explain customer segmentation quickly, right? Yeah, it's also a common sense thing. People can judge or guess from the name customer segmentation that we break down our customers into smaller groups. We break down our customers into various groups. For example, you can do a geographical segmentation. What is geographical segmentation? Based on the location, how many from city A, how many from city B, geographical mix. Can we do based on age? Can we do segmentation based on age? Yes. Young children, adults, teenagers, senior citizens. Gender, we can break our customers gender wise. How about products? How many customers are using gym? How many customers are using tennis? How many are swimming? How about purchasing power or type of membership or timing? You can, you see, so you can do customer segmentation in 1001 manner, right? Now you understand the concept of customer segmentation, that you analyze your customers through various angles: geographical location, age, gender, requirement, spending power, timing, preference. So many ways you can analyze your customers. That's called customer segmentation analysis, that you analyze your customers using various bases. Now, why do we do customer segmentation? What is the advantage or benefit? क्या फायदा? Why should businesses analyze their customers based on age, gender, location, needs? Very good. Very good. So now it's kind of a common sense topic. Now, once you get an idea, you can guess, right? SBL is all about this. Excellent. Okay. Now let me write down 5 advantages of customer segmentation. Six. So you need to, those of you who are enrolled or top 25 or you've seen chapters, these are the six advantages of customer segmentation. I will go into it one by one. Deeper insight. What does it mean? Deeper insight. When the customer needs, so when we do segmentation, we will have a better understanding of their needs, right? It's about understanding customer needs. So through various analysis, we will have a deeper or a better understanding of their needs. What is tailored products? That once we understand their needs, we will be able to offer them customized products, or we can design products which meets their needs, right? Easy. What about personalized marketing? Again, the same concept that if we understand the customer needs, we can do targeted marketing or focused marketing. Very nice. And what is the meaning of higher customer satisfaction and retention? That obviously, if we understand their need and we customize the products, it will ultimately lead to more satisfied customers, more repeat customers, retention, right? Because their needs are being met. Loyalty, absolutely. Very nice. And all this will lead to what? Obviously, the ultimate impact is higher revenue and growth, right? We will have more customers, we will attract more customers, we will retain more customers. So it will give us growth, increase in market share and revenues. And obviously competitive edge because we are different or better from our competitors because we are trying to understand their needs and offering products. So it will give us comp edge in the market. Unique products. Right, right. Very good. So theoretical part is clear. Is it clear what are the advantages of customer segmentation? One, two, three, four, five, six. It should be at the tips of your fingers. The theoretical side you must master. Yes, Muskan, these are also the advantages of big data. Absolutely. For big data, for CRM, for customer segmentation, these are the six standard advantages which we can fit in any of these three topics. Good. So let's stick with customer segmentation. Now let's read the exhibit because remember, our answer needs to be from the exhibit and we need punchline or statement of fact to develop our point. Yes, Shruti, you can. So in this one, open up exhibit 4. Open up exhibit 4, industry research. And here we will see some related information. Open up exhibit 4. It's basically a summary of industry research. Which industry are we in? Let's see whether you remember or you are dumb. We are in fitness industry, right? Okay. So it says growth in the Sealand fitness market is strong. That the industry growth, it's talking about the industry, right? That the growth in fitness industry or fitness market is strong. That's good or bad? That's good for us or bad for us? Obviously good, because the industry, the awareness, the demand is growing. Hmm. What are the challenges? I'm skipping some bits because of time constraints, right? So this exhibit tells us some challenges of fitness industry. While fitness and leisure membership numbers are growing, we still face challenge in of membership retention. The latest industry report shows that on average, fitness and leisure club lose around 50% of their members each year. Wow. Do you understand this sentence? It's a very powerful statistics. It says that on an average, fitness clubs lose 50% of their members each year. Results from a recent survey of Optima's current members indicate that 30% would consider canceling their membership. So in case of Optima, 30% members will cancel, will not retain, will not continue, and the industry average is 50%. Do you understand this information? That in Optima, 30% customers are canceling and the industry average is 50%. So is Optima better than the industry or worse than the industry? Optima is better, right? Our cancellation rate is lower than the industry. So, but I still feel 30% members are canceling. That's high or low? That's very high, right? How many members we have? Good, I'm impressed. 230,000 members. How much is 30%? 69,000? Whoa. So every year we lose 69,000 members. And we are better than the industry actually. Oh my God. Why? Why are they canceling? That's the next question which comes to me as a CFO, right? Why these members are canceling? What's their problem? What's bothering them? It says in there because lack of motivation or interest. The motivation or interest. Mm. So retention is a big challenge. Agreed? Retention is a big challenge. Retention directly affects our revenue. Obviously, right? So we have to improve our retention rates if we want to increase our revenue. Yes. Okay. What's the second challenge? Understanding members' needs. Over half of fitness club members say that they stop using the club because the classes offered does not meet their needs or goals. Wow. That explains why there is so low retention, because members feels that their needs are not met, and hence they become demotivated and they leave. So needs. Mm, done. We are done. Now let's do some drafting. So the first advantage is that through customer segmentation, we will be able to understand customer needs, right? Now, how do we start this point? What can be the punchline from the exhibit? Which punchline? Can we use this line? Industry research shows that over, but it's very lengthy. I don't like lengthy punchlines because then it is too much copy pasting. I will try to summarize it or shorten it. Research suggested that over half of fitness club members stop using the club because the facilities do not meet their needs. Okay, done. Some simplified form. Is this a good opening statement of fact? I've linked with the scenario. I picked up a sentence from the scenario in which I'm saying that half of the members stopped going because the facilities do not meet their needs. So, this is our statement of fact or punchline picked up from the exhibit. Now I can elaborate one line on it, right? So, how will will customer segmentation, how will it help us address this? It's happening. We are done. If through customer segmentation, we will be better able to understand the needs of our members and then address it or cater for it. As simple as that. Good petal, good. Harfan, good, but slightly lengthy. No other. Sometimes, I don't want too much copy pasting. That's discouraged. So, guys, your answer needs to be short, simple, to the point because of time constraint. Remember, yesterday we agreed that it's all about speed and time management. If you write lengthy, elaborative points, then you will not be able to complete the paper. So, one sentence from the exhibit and one sentence explaining the impact or the benefit. That's it. That's it. Yes, Maria. Then tailored products. So I need a punchline. So what are the products we have? Do we know? What are the current products we have? We know that we have fitness, swimming, and tennis. Okay, I'll tell you, I'll show you on the website. Okay, Exhibit 3, the website. It says we offer 5,000 exercise classes, 500 tennis courts, 100 swimming pools. These are our activity or products. Can we use this? Our current range of products? So I'll just copy this as a punchline. Okay, that's a good statement of fact. I started by saying what are our current products. So we offer 5,000 classes per week, 500 tennis courts, and 100 swimming pools. Now, if we do segmentation analysis, can we offer customized products or tailored products? We can then, instead of just offering products like this, I think it's better to understand what is the need, what is the demand, and then we offer those products, right? Customer segmentation will help us offer customized or tailored products to our customers as we understand their needs better. Isn't that logical, simple, common sense thing? That's it. Done. 2 points done. So my existing students, you already know this technique, right? We pick one line and we just elaborate or explain the impact or the advantage. But for self-study students, probably you are seeing this for the first time. Keep it simple. Remember what Shalini said? Her points were short, maximum 3 sentences. She picks up a line and then adds 1 or 2 sentences. The third point is personalized marketing. So how can we start? What punchline? Do we know anything about marketing? Do we know how we are marketing? Yeah, I think it was somewhere in the overview, right? It was mentioned that that's a statement of fact that right now we are doing generalized marketing. Right now we are just doing general marketing, TV, radio, poster. It's not personalized or targeted or focused marketing, right? They don't have an app, right? Correct. So now what should we write? Through customer segmentation, we will be able to do more personalized, focused, and targeted marketing, leading to more customers. Done. Ha 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 ha. Easy. So just understand the approach. We start with a statement of fact and then continue this and explain the impact or the benefit. Yes, Maria, you can. But just change the wording slightly if you are repeating a punchline. And then higher customer satisfaction and retention. So, do we know any information from the exhibit about retention? Yes, right? I think we lose 30% customers, right? Where was it? Exhibit 4. Punchline Optima currently. Oops, no. What's happening? All right, good punchline. Can help us increase our customer retention and hence increase our revenues. Done. So it's all a game of identifying the right punchline. Do you agree? It's basically the art of SBL is trying to identify the relevant information from the exhibit. Yes, Farhan. So it will improve our customer retention and hence our revenues will go up, right? Higher revenue. What punchline? I read somewhere that there's good growth, right? There's something about this one. Growth in Sealand fitness and leisure market is strong. So there is the industry is growing, right? Is that okay? If we use customer segmentation, we will be able to take advantage of this growth of this industry growth and increase our market share. Does it make sense? Is it very easy? Some points are a bit longer, some points are a bit shorter. It's okay. There's a mix of short points and normal points. Is that simple point? It was mentioned somewhere that there are several fitness providers in the market. There is tough competition. So focusing on customer needs will give us competitive edge and help us attract more customers. Very simple point. Naseem, your answer will become very lengthy. So we gave how many points? We gave 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many more points are required as per marks? 7 to 8. So 1 or 2 points. So let's give couple of points for ways to segment. So how can Optima segment its customers? Can we do based on age? Okay, let's talk about age. So if we analyze our customers based on age, what benefit will it give us? क्या फायदा? Why should we analyze based on age? Yes, Faizan. Why should we analyze based on age? Because different age group has different goals or fitness requirements. Young children have different goals, adults have different goals, senior citizen have different goals. So it will help us understand the requirement or the fitness goals of each age group, right? That's it. So I'm not going to draft this, but I want to discuss more options so that you understand. Is the age one clear? Because different age groups have different requirements. So what will be the opening sentence? So do we know which age groups are we dealing with? Without opening sentence, I will not accept any answer. So do we know which age group? It's mentioned on the website. Children 6 to 18, adults over 65. So you can use this information as your opening sentence. And since we are dealing with all age groups, starting from children to over 65, age segmentation will help us understand the fitness goals of each age group because the requirement of each age group is different. Clear? Can we segment based on membership types? We have various membership plans, right? So it will be interesting to see how many members are taking which kind of plans. How will it help us? What will it tell us? It can tell us which membership type or plan is more popular, more in demand, so that we can focus on that product. Exactly. Excellent. Can we do segment based on facilities like how many members are using gym, how many tennis, how many swimming? How will that analysis benefit us? What it will tell us? So we will know which facility is more in demand so that we can expand or attract more customers for that. Now we can do more marketing for that facilities. Very good. Guys, is this all accountant discussion or commercial acumen? We are talking business, right? This is all commercial acumen, which product, customers, needs. This is all commercial acumen. So by default, we are demonstrating commercial acumen to the examiner. Good. Can we do based on timing? Can we do any segmentation based on timing? Timing means at what time in the morning, afternoon, evening, night. So, analysis of time. How many members are using morning? How many members using daytime? How will it help us? Yes, Harfan, maybe you are right. It will help us understand the peak hours, off peak hours. We can do pricing strategy. We can give discount for off peak hours. Very good. Interesting. Gender. Can we do based on gender? How will it help us? Yeah, because gender requirements are different, right? Female body or female requirements is different. Male fitness goals are different. Females can be pregnant. There might be cultural or religious values in play with females. So if we know the gender mix, we will be able to focus on females and attract them. What about working and non-working? That could also, so I'm just trying to tell you that segmentation can be done in various manners. And each analysis will tell us some information, and we can amend our products, our pricing, our marketing to increase our customers and revenues. Very powerful exercise. Customer segmentation is extremely important. We do this all the time in our company. Yes, Shruti, we have to stop at 7. You have to stop if the allowed time is over. As simple as that. Good. So we are done. In total, we require 7 to 8 points. And we stop writing as soon as the allowed time is up and we move to the next question. But the purpose of this exercise was to show you how to link and how to draft. Is the technique clear? Especially the new students or the self-study students. Right. So I think the whole game is how to identify the punchline. Once you identify the punchline, then it's easy to elaborate on it. But the main challenge is identifying the sentences. How it can be improved? The only way is practice, practice, practice. The more case studies you will do, you will get an idea. Oh, okay, this is how it's done. It's all through practice. Good. So we are done with the drafting session. All right, so let's take a break now and then we will go towards. So a 15 minutes break. It is 3:50 p.m. here. So 4:05. Okay. 15-minute break. All right, guys. Can we start? All right. So now we are towards the last leg of our webinar. So I want to, since only 4 weeks is left, so I want to share a list of important models which you should be aware of. So it's Pestel, Porter 5, strategic position, SFA, SWOT and TOS, corporate parenting, Ansoff, Harmon process, Mandelo stakeholder, cultural web, three-stage change model, and risk mitigation. Right? So all these models are explained in my top 25 important topics video. After that, this is a list of important topics other than the models, like financial ratios and projections, funding strategies, budgets, project management, e-business, big data, IT security, professional corporate code of ethics, NEDs, integrated reporting, social and environmental risk, control weakness, and ethical implications. These are also included in my top 25, right? So this is a recap of all the exam techniques which we did yesterday. So I don't want to repeat it, but this is just a recap or a summarized version of the time management, linking, and all those things. So I'll just skip this. This is a list of all the formats you should be aware of. We discussed all the formats yesterday, right? So this is a list of the formats. These are the 5 professional skills in a very summarized manner so that you remember what you need to do. Now, I want to talk about the study plan, right? So only 4 weeks is left. And if you remember what Shalini mentioned in today's interview, that in the last 4 weeks, she really focused on practice and theory she had completed before this, right? So since you're already in the last 4 weeks, I don't want you to spend more time on theory. I want you to spend more time on practice. So let's say 80% of your time should be on drafting and practice and 20% on theory. For example, today we did a question on customer segmentation analysis. So you must be familiar with the advantages, right? So theory is also very important, but you need to adopt a shortcut and a smart approach so that you can focus more on drafting. So the first thing if you must do is you must watch my top 25 video so that your theoretical knowledge is covered. Watch my March 25 webinar, this one, if you have missed or you want to re-watch it for the exam techniques and drafting. And then if you are enrolled with me, then you have to attend all the live classes starting from 4th of Feb. And then after attending the live class, in your off days, please draft solve those questions under time condition. This is exactly what Shalini had done to score 90 marks. And do not attempt any extra question on your own. I have selected 7, 8 questions or past papers. These are all hand-picked questions, right? So just if you understand the technique, you will be able to do any question. So this study plan is for my paid batch, and the revision batch, which is starting, should also follow this plan. And I'm also giving a separate study plan, a 4-week study plan for self-study students who do not plan to enroll in my revision batch starting 4th of Feb, right? So again, this almost the same thing, top 25, watch the March webinar, and then you solve these 5 questions properly. Peel, Sleep, Yex Marine, Optima, Nola, Biego. After solving these, you must solve these 3 under strict time conditions or mock scenarios, mock conditions, NCTEC, PVS, and March 25 pre-mock exam. This is the exact plan which I will be following in my paid batch. So I have just shared my paid batch plan with the self-study students. The only difference is you are on your own. There is no guidance. If you join the revision batch, then we will be doing all these questions properly. Please stay away from book, revision kit, and study hub of SBL. This is what Shalini also confirmed, right? Why? Number one, you don't have sufficient time. Only 4 weeks are left. Number two reason, more than 50% of the paper is common sense. You don't require theoretical knowledge. Third, drafting is more important than theoretical knowledge. So stop wasting time on book. And fourthly, all the global prize winners and high scorers have done this. So it's tried and tested. All right. So those of you who want to join my upcoming revision drafting classes, it's a paid session. It's starting from 4th of Feb. We will be doing 7 to 8 past papers, including 4 mock exams. I will check 1 mock script. All classes recorded for later viewing. It also includes 2-day detailed discussion on pre-seen material, which is very, very important for your exam. And then there's a grand past paper revision in 1 day. Please, this is the number if you're interested. It is $110. And for Pakistan-based student, it is 16,600 rupees. Okay. This is the revision class timetable. So it's webinar, then we will do these 3 questions in detail, and after that we will be doing 4 mocks, then pre-seen, then additional topics, and very, very extensive. The timing is 6 to 10 p.m. Pakistan time, which is 7 p.m. India time. Sorry, 7:30 p.m. India time, 7 p.m. Pakistan time. But for African continent and European continent, you might be like 4 o'clock in the evening or 3 o'clock in the evening, right? So you can watch the recording the next day. These are the contact details for admissions and inquiries. This is my direct WhatsApp number. If you want any questions or help, you can reach out to me anytime. And this is the punchline, the last message which I always give. During the paper, when you go to the exam center, or even if you are giving from your home through a remote exam, dress like a CFO during the paper, feel like a CFO, think like a CFO. This is the first one. Dress like a CFO is magical. It's doing wonders. All the students who have done this has given me specific feedback that it really helped, that in your SBL paper, you must dress smartly or formally like a CFO. It will give you so much confidence because you will be very different and at a higher profile than other students. You walk in with confidence, so your dressing should be very formal, like you are going for an interview in an audit firm or a multinational. So go formally. It will set your brain in the right frequency. So it really helps in feeling like a CFO and thinking like a CFO when trying to do the common sense questions. With this, I wish you all the very best, and I hope to see you in the revision classes, right? So our next class is on 4th of Feb at 6 p.m. Dubai time. All right. So now I end this session here and I open the floor for question and answers. Ashraf, I simply said that just follow the study plan. That's it. All papers are online, so just follow the study plan. Diksha, some questions I have changed some questions. There are some new questions. The pre-scene is new, and there is something wrong with your drafting techniques. That is why you were not able to pass, right? So this is an opportunity to strengthen your drafting techniques, and I've added couple of new questions. So definitely it will help you. Hassan, no need. And you need to understand it's not about case studies, it's about the techniques, right? So once you have done the question with me in the live class, you will solve the same question under time conditions the next day. That's about it. You need to understand the techniques, not the case studies. Ahmed, yes. Yes, Ahmed, I understand. Bhavya, it's just 49 is just bad luck. So nothing much can be done about it. Abdi, the class cannot be uploaded the same day because it's late night and the technical team is off. But I will let me talk to them. If not late night, then maybe early morning they can upload. But I need to talk to them because uploading is done by the technical team, not me. Bisma, what is wrong with you? I just told you that before joining the revision class, please complete the top 25 video. That's it. So all of you who are planning to join the revision class, please complete the top 25 video before you enroll, right? Because your theoretical knowledge should be at a basic level. Ishrat, yes, that is possible. I will share the details when we come near the pre-scene. Today's class, okay, I will share the drafted answer for today. Yes, Rimsha, I will share the details near the pre-scene. Kanza, don't piss me off. I discussed all this yesterday, what to read, when to read, how to read. Didn't you see yesterday's exam techniques, time management video? All right, guys. Abdi, no need. Today's question was not too heavy, right? So, Muskan, I can't take verbal questions. You need to type your question. So, guys, if you have any questions which you feel I have missed out replying to you, please message me on my WhatsApp and I will definitely respond to you. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you guys on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Dubai time. And if you have any questions or doubts, please can you message me on my WhatsApp number. The recording of today and yesterday will be uploaded tomorrow on your portal as well as YouTube. And I will also upload the handouts or share the handouts tonight. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care and bye bye.